Hi all, we are live now. I am Indu. I am a nurse by profession working in UK. I have my family here with me. Today I am discussing regarding online business with one of my business associate, Dr. Susie from UK. She is a GP by profession. She is a successful business owner too. Hi, Dr. Susie.
Hi Indu, how are you doing?
I'm all right, thank you. I am so privileged to have you here.
The pleasure is all mine. Thank you for
Okay.
inviting me.
Okay, thank you. Can you please introduce to my viewers regarding you, what you're doing and how long you have been in this business?
Yeah, absolutely. Just a bit about myself. So, as Indu said, I'm for the benefit of people in her page also. I'm Dr. Susie Jacob. I'm a GP by background, as she's rightly said. So, I do hands on, I see patients as well as I do a bit of management role. And along with that, I do the business. I've been now doing the business for 21 months, and it's been the best, one of the best decisions I've ever made in my life. So I live in the UK here with my husband, who is a chef by background, and my 15-year-old daughter. So over to you, Indu.
Okay. Can you tell us how long you have been in this business by 21 months
Yeah.
and how you joined the business? Can you tell us?
So for me, I was kind of like looking into an opportunity. I was looking at different opportunities really. So when I was joining the business at that point in time, I was doing a bit of a property business also, and I dipped my hands into some other things like crypto and things like that, a bit of shares, like things like that I was doing. But what I wanted was something that would bring me passive income. So property was good. I had a bit of success in property also. Crypto, I was feeling a bit like sometimes you have very great wins, sometimes you have big losses. So it felt more like, I couldn't depend much on crypto. So I didn't like that crypto part of things. Now, with regards to property, what I found was that I had to actually go and view properties, make the deal, sell the deals. And then in property, sometimes, when you are into property, you have to deal with a lot of tenants and things like that. And I started telling myself I was working as a full-time GP at that time. So I was working between 5 to 6 days a week. And sometimes to go view these properties, I had to take annual leave because the realtors were working between 9 and 5 or 9 and 6, and then I work as a general practitioner during that time, and I was working full time. So I was finding it that even though it brings money, it was a lot of hard work and it was not flexible to my schedule. So I was looking at other opportunities, and then I came to see this opportunity, and I was like, that's perfect, because that meant that I could actually continue working as a GP, and the business fits around me. So what I do is, for instance, what I do now is I look at the business a bit for maybe 15 minutes in the morning, then I look at it sometime in the afternoon, like during my lunch hour, and a bit like after doing my paperwork or something, I do for a little while, and then when I come back, I take a bit of a rest and then do the business. So maybe I'll spend about an hour or an hour and a half per day on the business, and it worked perfectly, because unlike property where everything has to be within the 6 o'clock, and when I'm working, I didn't have any like pressure to do that. I could take rest and then go about looking into the business. So that's why I love this business. I've actually kept I've had more success in this business, and so I've kept the property side of things at a hold at the moment, like, so that when
Okay.
I at some point in time I'll go back and do that. And the beauty is it brings you passive income, and it's been wonderful from the start. So it's been bringing me passive income, and because of this business, I've been able to cut down my hours also.
Okay. You mean it's so flexible with your schedule?
Is very flexibility was the main thing, because there are different ways of making money,
Yeah.
but for me, it was the flexibility aspect also of this particular business model. And another thing is, for property, I had to go out. I had to go out and talk to people. How property is a bit more hands-on. Maybe some people like it, but when you work full time and when you have to then do this in addition, there were times when it felt like a second job to me. And I had so many roles. I was doing so many roles. Like even now, I wear two hats. I do the management and I see patients also, and I do complex care needs, so many other things. So for me, I didn't want another job. I wanted something that would work around me. For me, and we all waste a lot of time just scrolling aimlessly in social media. Like if you look at the statistics, they say about 2 hours 25 minutes is the average what people spend on the internet just scrolling away. So for me, instead of just scrolling away mindlessly, I scroll with an intention to make money, with an intention to make create connections, reach out to people and things like that. And if statistics say that people spend about an average of 2.5 hours per day on that, means it's not the excuse that people don't have time. People do have time. It's how you prioritize your time, isn't it?
Yes, really. People may not understand that in 24 hour we can divide time for different things, is it? Even you explain social media itself, we won't understand how much time we are spending uselessly. That is the beauty of the business, is it?
Yeah.
And also, I was wondered when I joined this business by seeing you people, doctors and even other professionals. But for doctors, I think it is the one of the I think well paid, and one of the what is that? You're getting people are thinking doctors are like one of the most accomplished profession as well. But how suit online business for you? That was my wonder that time. Uh,
Okay. So what you're asking, why I chose the online business in spite of having a well-paid job. Yes,
yes.
it is a well-paid job, but for me to get well paid, I have to put in several hours a day. And as a GP, sometimes we just get paid for 8 hours, but we have to be there for 10 to 12 hours. So I was working per day more hours for free, basically. So you're not remunerated or compensated appropriately for times. There was a long time when I didn't even get pay rise. Or even if you when you get a pay rise, it's not proportion to inflation. Everything is so expensive now. So it was never in, and as GPs we do have lots of expenses, like because if I need to practice medicine, I need to have an indemnity. That what that means, if someone was to sue me, I need a like insurance kind of thing, someone to look into that, and lawyers and whatever. So you pay a hefty amount for that. And then there are lots of appraisals. I think as a nurse also you might be having those kind of things yearly. You have to make sure that you have put in this many hours of work and all. And then they say to do that you have to go for these courses. A minimum course nowadays is about 250 pounds. So, and then as a GP, like sometimes you have to go to people's homes and things like that. I don't get paid for petrol, so it's my own it's my mileage, it's my petrol that I go and sometimes see all these patients and things. So people don't realize that yes, I am paid nicely, but there's a lot of expenses that comes with the job. Then on top of that, I also pay for my union, just in case the indemnity doesn't work out. I need to pay for my own doctor's union. So lots of money per month goes from that. And then when you work long hours, and when the kids are especially small, when my daughter was small, I had a full-time nanny. She worked, like she lived with us, because my husband was doing late, I was doing mornings, nights and all. I was working in the hospital at that time. So, and then if you have a nanny, of course a chunk of your salary goes that way. So you earn, but you end up spending a lot of money. So everyone ends up needing lot more money. So for me, and then yes, will I be able to get a job, time to do those kind of things? Yes, I do. But the problem is, again, already I'm working 5 days a week. So that, how many more days can you work, isn't it? And that too safely. So you start feeling tired working such long hours. So I knew that I needed to find a way to work without trading my time for money. Because if I were to trade a time for money, just like you can get nursing shifts, I can get GP work and all. But it is exhausting. If you're working that many hours, it's too exhausting, and then you're never at home. You make money to have a good life, and if you're not there to spend it with the people you love, then I feel it's pointless.
Yes. And then can you tell me the benefits you get from this business? You are so happy with this business, I know. Can you explain it to us, including the financial and other personal benefits?
So for me, it's been a game changer. When I started this business, I was working between 5 days to 5.5 days. Within 14 months into the business, I cut down to 4 days a week. And from this month onwards, I'm working now 3.5 days per week. So that itself shows that it's financially compensating me. And then you have and it's not just the money. Yes, people might think, oh, why this person needs more money. For me, it was not about the money. For me, it was for the time freedom. I missed a lot of my daughter's milestones. Like, I never saw her take her first steps because I was doing night shift. I never saw her do so many. I missed so many Christmas plays. Like, I was never there because I didn't get time off work to attend those Christmas plays. Her walking, running, and all. It was either my mother was there or the nanny was there. And then I get, and then you get this guilt trip. Then people send me videos of her walking, and then you're sitting at when you come back, you're sitting there and crying. When you come back home, you're sitting and crying because you missed all these things. And then you think, why are you working so hard? So for me, I had a lot of mom guilt. Now at the moment, I have no mom guilt because I only work 2 days away from home. There are then I work 3 half days, like from home, like 4 hours a day. Like today I finished my shift like that. On Thursday also it's a half a day, and Friday also it's a half a day, and I'm working from home, so I'm always here, and it's quite flexible also. And I was able to do that because of the financial benefits I'm getting from the business. And then it's more than finance. I met some lovely people like you, for instance. Like, it's a very big community at the moment. You're back, come back. Yeah. At the moment, we are about 200,000 people, of like-minded people. So when you're in the business, it doesn't have to be like you need any business knowledge, because there are people there to help you and guide you. When I joined the business, I didn't know what digital marketing is. I had very, very little idea about it. But through our platform, we were able to ace the platform, isn't it? And you have a direct mentor and a coach who is just a phone call away if you have any questions. And then we have these weekly masterminds keeping us up to date with all the latest trends and things like that. So so I feel like the knowledge that you get, the community spirit, and also working with mindset. When you are that tired working 5 days a week, you tend to start feeling negative. And you're always sad because you're missing out on lots of things. You're sad, you're getting the money, but you're sad. But now I'm earning, and I'm working now only 3.5 days as a GP. I feel I'm a better GP. I'm a better doctor because now I have time for my patients, because I'm not spending all the time working. So I feel I'm better in myself, in my profession. I'm better at home. I'm not screaming at my daughter all the time because after work she asks me something and I'm too tired to deal with it. And then again crying about it, saying that, oh, my daughter asked something and what a horrible mom I am. Then getting angry with my husband because I have to work all these hours. So nothing like that at the moment. My husband also 6 months back, he left his full-time job. Now he does only like freelancing. It's been life-changing. Financially, it's been life-changing. And otherwise also mindset-wise, we traveled about 5 times last year, including going to India. This time we are also again planning to go to India. Before the business, even going once a year to India was a big thing. That holiday itself. Last time because of the money I got from the business, I went 5 times.
Okay. I could relate with you really, because as a mom, I can understand how hard it is. After a hard working job and after coming to home, we would be really tired, is it? After the long days and all. So we would feel guilt like we cannot take care of our kids. That was my main reason to come into this business, because I got two toddler kids with 3 and 2 years. So it's I
That is
need
a
to be with
very
them as much as
needy
possible.
age.
Yes,
It's a very needy age. Not that it's not. I have a 15-year-old. She's needy in completely different ways. Like
yes,
now she's
really.
with GCSE. Mama, tell me what this now she talks to me about biology, and I love
Mhm.
biology. So
Yes,
she's like, tell me quickly how to learn all this. So it's the needs are different.
yes,
Now it's
really.
more emotional need. Can I do it? Can I do? Yes, darling, you can do it. It's fine. It's being there. Now she needs me to be there emotionally. Maybe
Really.
physically she doesn't need that much, but emotionally, and of course she wants money.
Um,
She goes out
she's,
with her friends and she needs money.
she's a teenager now. Teenager gave me her mom always. She said. Really lovely that one. Doctor, this is an online one, and there are so many online businesses around. Also, there are traditional as well. I think you did research of all these things before joining to this business, is it? Can you compare all this, and what are the main difference between these all?
Yeah.
Uh,
So
okay.
I think I touched on a little bit because I was doing property before. And in property, it's like the problem is, if you have a shop also. My husband and I were planning to start a takeaway shop a few years ago, but we thought against it because when you think of a traditional thing, for instance, like a restaurant or a takeaway shop, you have to have a shop. That means someone has to be in the shop all the time and there's nothing like Monday to Friday when it's like a restaurant or something like that. You have to be there all the time.
All the
Your presence need to be there. While in for me, I earn money. Like I keep earning money. Sometimes when I wake up, I see money in the bank from the business. Like it's and sometimes sales happen when I'm on a holiday or when I'm at work, things like that. But for a physical business, a brick and mortar business especially, you have to be there. And it takes, again, it's like having a job. It's like you're taking trading your time for money. While when it's online, it's all automated. Yes, there is a process where you have to learn how to do them. For me, I started earning within 3 months of joining the business. It took me 3 months. And why did it take me 3 months? I was working nearly 6 days a week. So I had to, it was when I come back home or before going to work, I studied the system. And then when I was at work doing filing bloods or doing documents, I used to listen to the training. So I used to learn like that. And so it took me 3 months to kind of get the grasp of the business. But there are people within the first week earning money in this business. But I don't want to compare myself with anyone else because my circumstance was very different from people staying at home moms. Yeah, they might be able to be having more time, but when I started the business, I didn't have that much time. But I think 3 months, get started earning money from 3 months is pretty good, having a full-time job. And I was well pleased. And as I've mentioned, for me, I was able to cut down my sessions within 14 months, and now again within 21 months again further. So yeah, so that's the flexibility. And you decide when you want to do, you decide how many days you want to do if you wanted to, and you decide the time. Like if you're doing night shift, if you had a traditional business, that means you can never sleep. Because you have to be there, isn't it? So
Right.
this is again, it works if you're, because it's a 24/7 business. It's there. What if you are doing night shift? Brilliant. Before you go to sleep in the morning, do a bit of the business. After you wake up, do a bit. In between 3 o'clock, when you have your break at work, do again a bit of the business. And that's how you do it. Because instead of, we all get, like, I remember I used to work in hospital. We get that hour break, some, most of the time we do get some break. And what do? We eat something and put our phones and watch something. So instead of doing that, what we should be doing is work on your business. Because instead of whiling away and watching something useless that's not going to bring you money, that's what I did. And that's what I'm doing even now. When I go to work during my lunch, while I'm actually doing work, I listen to things, listen to what people have to say, are masterminds and things like that. So the flexibility is the best thing. Then the other thing is the investment. When you think of a brick and mortar, about 7-8 years ago, when my husband and I were planning to do, just to get the shop and the lease of the shop, was they were asking 21,000 pounds. And now this is without gas or an electric, inventory, staffing, nothing. So that was, so to start an online business is, you can start with one third of that. A legitimate business, you can start with 1/3 of that or even less, really. And that's the beauty. So
One time
automation,
deposit also.
flexibility, low, overhead costs and things like that. And another thing, inventory is what for us? A mobile and a laptop with internet connection.
Yes.
We all have that. It's not like we need to buy a new thing. Most of us have all these things already. So us buying inventory is absolutely nothing. So if you compare to that. So, and the other thing is, it's a necessity now, because AI is coming into the picture. A lot of our jobs are being taken up. What we were doing is being taken up. Even as doctors, they don't need as many doctors, because either it's AI or it's cheap labor. Now they want advanced nurse practitioners instead of GPs and other doctors and things like that. And for nurses, you have healthcare assistants. So a lot of the jobs are done by them. For
Yes.
pharmacists, we have pharmacy technicians who's taking about. So people are always looking at cheaper alternatives. So whether even like a medical field is going to be safe in the next 5 years, doubtful.
You cannot
But
forget.
this is something that is going to boom. It is a $1 billion business at the moment, and it is just going to just boom in the coming years. So I just decided to take a piece of the cake, and I joined and this is just going to boom. So anyone joining, this is the best time to do something online.
Okay. Doctor, I want to add something as well. We are not selling anything here, is it? Compared to traditional business, we are not selling and we are not need to ship anything or something like that,
Yeah,
is it? That
inventory,
is
yeah,
another.
and shipping, yeah.
Yes. And how happy are you in this business? I know you are very
I'm
happy.
very
That's the
happy.
business.
I'm happy. My daughter's happy.
Our family.
She's very happy because Papa is there. And my husband's a chef, so he's there most mornings. Now, and when I was there, the breakfast is bread, butter, jam, bread, peanut butter. So now Papa is there. Papa
Chef
makes
is
a
there.
dosa in the morning before going
Okay.
to school,
Okay.
feeds her the dosa at 50. And I tell her at 15 years, Papa is feeding, and I scold my husband, like, pampering here at 15 years, pampering her in the morning. And then she gives the excuse, I am studying, my exams are coming. So Papa is just feeding me at that time, it seems. She's so happy. Like, you can never put a price to that, those kind of things. And we are Indian parents. Like, I remember my mom feeding me at 15 because I was getting ready for the exam, and she knew I would not eat anything if she doesn't feed me. I still remember. So I guess my daughter is also the same.
Okay.
So
And
as a family, we are so happy. My husband's happy because he's a present dad. I'm happy because I'm a more present mom, because I'm there most of the time at home. Like, only 2 days I'm actually physically outside the house. So yeah,
that
we're
is the
really, really
priorities of
happy.
life, is it?
Sorry?
These are really priorities in our life,
No,
right?
so that's what I'm saying. It's not about the money. What I've
Yes.
just now said is priceless. For instance, I'll tell you, last year, one of the trips I made is to India. I went for my father's 75th birthday. I didn't tell him that I'm coming, so I just landed. My brother arranged the driver to pick me up from the airport and things like that. So it was a big hush hush. We didn't tell anyone. I went and landed, and he had the shock. He's like, "What are you doing here?" Like, he's like, "Nee," like in Malayalam, "Nee enna ivide irikkunnathu?" "Ninakku joli illa." "Illa papa, I come to see you." It's your birthday, I've come to see you.
You are
And
more free to travel, is it?
and the thing is, that expression on his face, it's priceless. Then we cut the cake. There's a video which I took, it's got more than 1,000 views, I think. Like, it's all priceless. You can never put a price on those things. Like giving your parents a surprise visit on their 75th birthday and all is like priceless. You can't put. For me, because of the business, I didn't have to beg for holidays because I've changed my contract now. Because no one's relying, I'm just like something like supernumerary. So yeah, even if I'm not there, things will run. Before and all, I used to be duty doctor. I've cut down all the sessions, and because of that, I say if I want to go take some time off, I get time off work. No need to beg with your manager anymore, because my contract is now different. And I go on holiday when I feel like, where I feel like, and things like that.
the main thing to go for a vacation is the expense of ticket, is it? So nowadays, if we can pay it well, like we have a second
Yeah.
source of income, it's really
Last time I paid all my holidays, like before when I used to go on holiday India, I used to calculate how many locum shifts I had to do. I've
that,
not done a single locum shift now for nearly, I think, coming up to 20 months. I think, yeah, even like I think as soon as I started the business, so I haven't. So I went on all these 5 holidays without doing an extra shift, even one extra shift, all paid by my online business.
okay, that is the beauty of the business. That so many might be watching or will watch this live, this session. If someone want to join the business, how they can be?
Get in touch with us. As simple as that. Get in touch with us. I can see Indu's website is there. Just get in for me, just get in touch with me. More than happy, either me or Indu, just get in touch with us. You'll have to register into our website, and then you will watch a webinar. And that what the webinar does, it gives you an overview of the business. It tells you about the the 3 pillars of the business, and about the next steps. Now just see that first and see whether it's something you'd like to do. Now if it's something that you don't like to do, that's fine. Now if you're curious, it'll tell you what to do next steps. And then also it's a very nominal fee, about 149 pound, US dollars. And you have a 30-day trial period. And after within that 30-day trial period, if you feel like this is not for you, this business not for you, it will be fully refunded back. So you have nothing to lose. And during that time, you can learn about the company we are affiliated with. We are affiliated with a company that's been there for 50 years. That itself speaks volumes. And we've been in the online space for 7 years. They say anything more than 3 years in the online space is really good. We've been there for 7 years in the online space, but our company has been there for 50 years. That means all depressions, recessions, market crashes, pandemics, it survived it all. So yeah, just check it out, check us out. We are really legitimate people. Like we have our, you have your PIN number, I have my registration. We wouldn't put our faces out for the public to see if we were doing some kind of scam. I definitely know, like I'm a primary care lead in Hammersmith and Fulham. So I wouldn't do anything that is illegitimate, because people know me. And I worked really hard to become a doctor and to be registered and things like that. So I wouldn't do anything that's against my credibility and integrity. So this is truly legitimate. But of course, come in, join us, see for yourself. And if it's something that you'd like to pursue, then we are there to help you.
Okay. Thank you, Dr. Susie. It was a lovely session. I was so happy to be with you. Okay. Thank you. Thank you, Vivesh.
Thank you. You take care. Bye for now.
Okay.